Andres, thank you for joining us today. Today, we'll be talking about your previous insights about using digital educational escape rooms to engage students in economic theory, and we're eager to explore both your journey so far and your vision for the future in gamified learning in economics. So, just to kick things off, could you briefly describe what is a digital educational escape room?
Yeah. First of all, I'm very happy to talk with you and share my experience with other instructors and economic students. A digital educational escape room is only a typical escape room, but in digital environments and for educational purposes.
And then perhaps just two more things. What inspired you to create these escape rooms? And one surprising fact about yourself that our audience might not know.
Yeah, the motivation stemmed from the growing challenge of engaging students in theoretical subjects, especially in blended or online formats. Economics, in particular, being abstract at times, can benefit from active learning approaches, and digital escape rooms offer a novel and interactive way to review course contents while fostering other skills like motivation, teamwork, and problem solving. Um, it's important to point out that the inspiration for this kind of experience were more pronounced during the COVID-19 pandemic, when online and blended learning became the norm. As an instructor, I noticed a detachment in students, some passive consumption of contents, lower participation, and limited enthusiasm for review sessions. This kind of gamification emerged as a response to these issues. More specifically, economics lends itself well to gamification. The discipline is already rooted in problem solving, logic, or strategic thinking. So students often perceive economics as very formal or disconnected from real world application. And years help us reframe that perception by turning abstract concepts into interactive and collaborative experiences.
Okay. And your earlier work with DEAR, as you explained in your paper, has shown improvements in both student engagement and learning outcomes. Could you share any new observations or refinements that you've made since your last interview that further highlight its impact?
Yeah. I usually use DEARS as a content review tool that simulates in some way exam style thinking in an engaging way. One of the biggest criticisms of game-based learning is that it might boost fun, but not necessarily learning. That's a crucial point for me that motivated this kind of experience. And the last years have addressed that directly by implementing rigorous designs, rigorous methodology with previous and post-test measures. We can find statistically significant improvements, not only in final exam performance among the experimental groups, across many years, but also in other individual grades, like, for example, teamwork skills or other 21st century important skills like critical thinking or problem solving. That's the key point that we are nowadays working with this kind of innovative project, that is the linking between the student's profile or the way or style of learning of each student with the performance within this kind of experience.
And then just leading on to that, a lot of questions we've been asking have been wondering about generative AI. And since gamification is reshaping education, people like students and educators are also integrating generative AI. Do you think that this is perhaps a challenge or enhancement to DEARS? And what's your long-term vision?
Well, I think the artificial intelligence is surrounding us, not only in education, but in every social aspect nowadays. So it would be very hypothetical not trying to use it not only in the designing of this kind of experience, but also in the way that the students use this kind of experiences. So, in my particular point of view, in my experience, we are actually using the artificial intelligence for example, for designing different escape rooms in different subjects and levels during the career. And obviously, students can use also the different tools based on artificial intelligence, not only for solving some puzzles or problems within the escape room, but also for improving the collaborative way within the experience. So I think it's not a problem for us, but a way to improve or a way to solve some previous challenges. But obviously, thinking about the correct use of this kind of tools.
Okay, that's good to hear. It sounds like it's still being able to help students develop those problem-solving skills and
Yeah.
critical thinking skills rather than using it as a replacement for them.
Yeah, that's a key point.
Okay, and then just for our student viewers, what role has student feedback played in shaping the evolution of DEARS? And could you perhaps share an example of perhaps a change in classroom experiences or your research outcomes?
This kind of games is highly scalable and adaptable, are very flexible because of its context agnostic structure. At its core, the escape room format is simply a sequence of challenges tied to some narrative. With the appropriate adjustments, it can be used in every discipline, not only in social sciences or economic sciences. And the digital format is key for the use nowadays, and is key for the students' role within the experience. Unlike physical rooms, which are limited by space or resources, digital environments can be duplicated and customized across multiple institutions or groups. They can also be embedded in every learning management systems like Moodle or Canvas or so on. And this kind of advantages, such as the flexibility, means that students can target specific learning outcomes or cognitive skills. For instance, if you use these years in finance courses, puzzles might simulate risk calculations. If you use in sociological courses, they could decode ethical dilemmas and so on. The important point is correctly align the game or the experience with the current shift toward skill-based education. The learning is measured by the demonstration of skills rather than seat time. So it's important that this experience assesses not just knowledge, but also other students' skills, as I previously commented, like teamwork, critical thinking, creativity, and communication. So I think this kind of games may help us and students not only to improve their learning processes, but also to improve their ability to develop a better way in their future life.
And then about the implementation of DEARS, do you see any particular challenges for implementing these, perhaps maybe class size, or do you think it's more of a supplementary to a module that students would do in their own time?
Yeah. The challenges are primarily logistical by one side and pedagogical on the other side. The digital environment helps to solve many previous challenges when we use in physical escape rooms. First, designing puzzles that were both educational and engaging require a careful planning, and this is a challenge, but when you are correctly designed, it's very easy to adapt or to scale the activity to other courses, other objectives, other learning areas. The important point is to ensure alignment between the puzzles and learning objectives. Test the activities for clarity and difficulty, because if the games are not clear, or even if they are very difficult, then the students' motivations decrease. So it's important to provide some kind of scaffolding to avoid frustration within or among students. Second, as you previously commented, there is the issue of time constraints, both in class and in preparation. To address this, we use a modular design, where each puzzle aligns with a particular topic block from the syllabus, and this allows us to adjust the game's length depending on the class schedule. You can adapt some levels or eliminate some other levels in terms of the time constraints every instructor has in every time. Group dynamics were another concern. To promote a fair participation, we emphasize collaborative norms and offer incentives, some kind of bonus points within their assessive performance for the best performing teams. This introduced in some way an exogenous motivation that complemented the endogenous appeal of the game.
It sounds like there's a great deal of adaptability in that, which I think would be the biggest concern for
Yeah.
teachers with really big class sizes. Since adopting DIS, have you noticed it's more contributing more to your teaching style?
I think it's a key question is not considering the game, not considering the escape room as a side of the rest of the teaching experience. I consider it within the whole learning experience. I use a lot of active methodologies in my usual teaching. For example, since many years I teach all my subjects using a 100% flipped classroom methodology, and then I introduce many kinds of different active methodologies like these escape rooms, but also other collaborative activities, case studies, and this kind of experience helped me to add some empirical evidence, not only to the especially as literature on gamification in higher education, especially within economics, an area still underrepresented in terms of innovative methodologies, but also, it helped me to reinforce the idea that engagement and learning are not mutually exclusive. Digital escape rooms improves both motivation and academic performance, challenging the assumption or the previous idea that educational games are simply fun extras. Students support these ideas. The students' self-perception helps us to improve this methodology. So I think the implication of the experience for future or actual teaching innovation are very, very important, are obviously very significant.
So it sounds like that DEARs don't just improve collaboration and learning outcomes, but it's through that collaboration, learning outcomes are able to be improved.
In the actual stage of the innovative project, we are in particular analyzing this point. We are controlling the likely effects of using digital escape rooms for improving students' teamwork skills, different kind of teamwork skills. And the first results demonstrates that every sphere of teamwork skills of our students are significantly improved when they use this kind of games more than with other collaborative activities or obviously with other conventional teaching approaches. So I think is the future results may help the community to demonstrate this point.
Finally, just last question is the nominations are coming up for the Innovation in Teaching Prize this year. Seeing as you were the runner-up, do you have any advice to academics who are thinking of nominating themselves?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I was very happy to receive this prize. First, because the European Economic Association is very important for every instructors who are teaching economic theory like me, but also because I am very interested in innovation and teaching innovation since many years, and it's a honor that different instructors, different associations may notice that the experience we have carried out during these years have improved in some way the teaching experience in economics. The advice that I would give to other instructors, to other educators who want to implement not only digital escape rooms, but also similar activities, and they think they can be a loss of time or they have lack of resources, for example. The main advice is start small. One of this kind of experience, one of the strengths is its modular nature. So you don't need to build an elaborate multi-level game from scratch. You can start using one or two puzzles integrated into a lesson, and this obviously, and I ensure that this activate motivation and engagement among students, and then using free tools like digital tools, for example, Google Forms, Microsoft Forms, Genially provide templates, provide schemes and sharing features, so it's very easy to start to use this kind of games. And then you can also collaborate with other colleagues or involve students, like I previously commented, in the design of the puzzles, of the challenges, which itself becomes a powerful learning task. My final piece of advice: don't wait for perfection. The first version of our year was far simpler than what it became after iterations. Think of it as other pedagogical prototyping: test, reflect, adapt, and don't worry if you miss, because it will be useful in the future. I am sure.
Thank you so much, Andres, for sharing these insights. It's been really inspiring to see how you've transformed both your DEAR strategy, and hopefully some academics can implement similar gamified strategies. And also even your research in looking at the collaboration side of things on learning outcomes. So we look forward to seeing how your work evolves over the coming years.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Nikita.
Thank you.